Okay, so it's our team call. It is, I think it's Wednesday, March 9th maybe, and now I see Sally still trying to talk and now she's muted and she can't. That makes me giggle a little bit. So, welcome everybody. We're gonna get into some things. The first thing I wanna do though is say that I'm happy you all are here and I wanna share my screen with you so we can just do some quick recognition. And it is also, I have to say, it's like super nice that some of you guys haven't been on these calls before, and it's nice to see you. So old faces, new faces, I'm just glad you guys are here. So let's talk about, okay, I lost all of you. I can only see, are we still there? Oh my God. Did I hang up?
You're still there.
Okay.
You're good.
I can't see anything.
Technically challenged coach.
Yeah, I know. Well, and I have a shitty computer. I don't know where you guys are. I can't see any of you guys anymore. All I can see is my screen. So I'm just going to talk into the camera. And if you need to say something, I can't see you wave your arms. So just unmute yourself and yell at me. Will that be okay?
Yeah.
Wait, maybe.
You should be able to find.
Can you see my screen?
No.
Let me do this. Okay, let me try again. So you guys can't see that at all, huh?
No.
Okay. Now, I spent my lunch break making beautiful slides, so I'll be really mad if I can't make them pop up. All right, I think I got it. I think I got it. Give me a second here.
Do you even get options that show up?
Yeah, just nothing's happening when I click on it. I can see it. It clicks up for me, but I want you guys to see it.
It's going. It's slowly going.
There we go. Okay. Holy moly. Sorry, guys. So let's start by doing a little bit of recognition. Success Club points. Tina killing it as usual at 6, Christine 4, Stephanie 2, Sally 2. So it's still early in the month. It's still the first week of the month, just after. You guys have plenty of time to make it happen. New program, 22-minute hardcore. 22 minutes grabs a lot of people's attention. I don't know if Tony Horton is trying to beat out Sean T in his T25 or what, but people like short and sweet. So talk about it. Do the sample workout on Beachbody On Demand, order it, and then you can give everyone your best interest. And that's all I'm going to say about that, yeah?
And it's not even that expensive to
No,
order.
it's really not. The base kit is like $30 or something, so
Yeah.
It's not. Of course, you know, we like challenge packs, and there's some good ones in there. There's 2 challenge pack options with that available. You can get the Performance or the Shakeology, and you get that free PT bag, sand bag, which I guess you still got to go buy your sand and fill it up, right? But that's okay. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight is what I would call coaching with a purpose. And what that means is sometimes as coaches, we will sponsor a coach or we get customers. And then once we start that initial conversation, we kind of don't really know where to go from there and what to say to them and how to talk to them. So that's sort of what I want to talk about today. I don't know if any of you guys feel that way, but I have felt that way in the past, and sometimes now even I still will. So I want to talk about connection. And what does that mean? I want you as somebody's coach to make your customers and your personally sponsored coaches, if you have any, feel like they have purpose and that you're connected to them and that they are all part of the Beachbody culture and our team culture, if that makes sense to you. Because think about when you first started, when you were a brand new customer, you wanted to feel what? You wanted to feel good. You wanted to feel like you had value, right? And so that's how you want to make somebody else feel. And I think sometimes it's easy for us to get caught up in our own stuff that we forget that. Or if we've come a long way, we forget that people are just starting. So don't forget that they have value to add to and help them feel that. You want to add value to their lives as well. So someone may reach out to you, ask for help, and you guys have heard us say this before. Go ahead and provide something that's going to help them. It might be for free at first. If someone asks you, hey, can you help me figure out a diet plan. Yes, of course you can. That's what you do. So invite them to a free clean eating group or, whatever it is. Most importantly, though, I want you to not worry about selling products, because that's where we all get tripped up. If you just think of it as dollar signs and I have to sell these challenge packs, then it makes it that much harder. So instead, try to sell yourself. And what I mean by that is, again, showing your customer that you can provide them with something. You can provide them with the support that they need through a challenge group. You can give them the motivation they need with daily check-ins. Yeah, the products are great, but if there's nothing to back that up, then it's not going to get them anywhere, right? And I saw this quote, and I don't know, honestly, if it was John Maxwell or Teddy Roosevelt who said it, because when I found it, it was it was quoted as both on Google. So I don't know, maybe they both said it, but maybe Teddy Roosevelt said it first.
I think
but
so.
Certainly it would have been him first. So the quote is, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that one kind of struck a chord with me, because if someone's asking me questions, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a personal trainer, I'm not any of those things, but I'm someone who's been there, right? And I'm someone who understands the struggle, and I'm someone who hopefully they can relate to in some way, shape, or form, whether it be as a healthcare provider or as a mom or as somebody who's lost weight. But once people realize that I do truly care, they're going to listen a little bit harder. Does that make sense? So I think that if you just, again, let people know that you care, you're gonna, I don't want to use the term hook them, because that's not what it is, but you're adding value to them and they're adding value to you as well. So keep that quote in mind. It's one of my favorites, whoever said it. Next, I want to talk about inviting and involving. So you can't just invite somebody, right, and then just drop them. You have to involve them as well. So how do we do that? You got to help them understand that when they join a challenge group, they're going to feel so good when they complete the program, or when they complete those 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever it is. You have to help them see the finish line and understand that. Small goals are perfectly acceptable. So if someone says, I want to lose 100 pounds, you got to bring them back. You got to bring them back and just start with 20 pounds. Let's get you fitting better in your jeans. Let's get you having a little bit more energy. And if you listen to what I'm telling you, you're going to get that. That's what people need to hear. That's what they want to hear. And it's the truth. So involve them in that way. I want you guys to share. I want you to share your story and why you understand what they're going through. We all have our own story, right? It might be, everyone's is different, but people will relate to you based on that story. So share it. Don't shy from it, okay? I definitely don't want you to do that. I want you to explain how this time it's different, and how our community, our Beachbody community, is a little different. So why? Sometimes you can order a product off of television and there's nothing to back it up. For example, I don't want to use any other particular shake out there, but there's a ton of them, right? So you can use one of them, and they are weight loss shakes. Whereas Shakeology, not necessarily a weight loss shake. That's just a byproduct because of all the good stuff that's in it, right? But we're encouraging people to lose weight and get healthy, but we're also giving them the programs for them to do that. We're giving them the support and motivation and accountability through challenge groups in order to do that. So we're really putting our money where our mouth is, so to speak. And so that's how it's different from something that they can just order on TV. They can order a treadmill, a fancy treadmill, but they're not going to have a challenge group to help them get on that, right? So that's how it's different. And if you can make people understand that with the daily interaction, the support, and the community, really, that is what it's all about, that will help as well. I want you to show people what an impact it has on their family. I can only speak for myself here, but actually I think I can probably speak at least for Mandy. Having gotten yourself healthier and fit and you feel better, it's a trickle down effect, right, you guys? So it goes to you make yourself a better spouse, a better coworker, a better friend, a better, son or daughter, whatever the case may be. When you feel good about yourself, it just goes into all parts of your life, and your performance just in life in general is better. So again, help explain that to people. Help them understand their why. Okay, we talk about that all the time, and till we're blue in the faces sometimes. And I'm sure you're sick of hearing about what's your why, but it's so important to understand exactly what it is. They have to believe in their why before they commit. So if they're just telling you, I want to lose weight, keep digging at them and find out why. Because there's usually going to be something there from their past that will come up. And if you can understand that, they will believe in it and they're more likely to commit when that time comes. Does that make sense so far? We're doing okay? When you're posting stuff, I just want you to think. I want you to think that you're speaking and remember that you're speaking to a unique individual who deserves distinct treatment. I think it's easy for us to, lump everyone into a certain category and forget that they are coming to you and trusting you. So it's so important for you to remember how it was when you first got started. And I have found myself recently going, oh my gosh, like, why won't they just listen to me? I know what I'm talking about. And then I have to bring it back and say, man, I was Sally's biggest pain in the ass customer ever. So I didn't listen. I was stubborn. I was a skeptic and all of those things. So I need to remind myself of that. And we say it takes like 5 exposures or whatever before someone will really commit. I'm sure it took far more than 5 for me to commit, whether it was coaching or Shakeology or, whatever. Just keep that in mind. So treat each new customer as if it were your very first customer, really. Remember that first customer you had? You want to spend all your time with them, right? You want to make them feel fabulous. So keep that in mind. And talk to them as if you were the customer. Talk to people like you would want to be talked to. It's the golden rule, right? Do unto others, blah, blah, blah. So it really is true, though, and it really does mean something. You keep scrolling down here. How are we doing so far? Am I making good sense? You can nod because I can see you guys now. Okay, good. And a couple things that I would encourage you guys to do before you ask for their decision, or what in marketing would be called the sale. I always ask people, is there anything I can do here to help you make your decision? Because a lot of times people are skeptical. They don't want to spend the money, and they're just not 100% sure if this is what they want to do. So again, you need to reiterate everything that they're going to get. You need to reiterate that money back guarantee. That one really drives it home for people. Bottom of the bag guarantee. If they don't like it, they can send it back. That was a huge decision for me. Kind of like if I like Kohl's, so I go shopping at Kohl's, but I return a lot to Kohl's too because I'm an impulse buyer. So I know that if I couldn't make those returns, I would be buying a lot less, right? So always mention that money back guarantee. Again, ask them if they're 100% sure, because if they're wishy-washy and not ready to commit, you don't want it to just be a sale. You really want them to succeed. The other thing I do is I will set, and this just happened today actually, I set a time to reconnect with someone who wants to partner up with his wife and do the 21-day fix, and they've got some big goals and they need a lot of help, but this week isn't the week that they can commit because the money is not there. I get that. So I make a follow-up time. I said, is it okay if I follow up with you next Friday? He said, absolutely. I will follow up with him at that time, but I'm not going to chase him. So I think there's a fine line between following up and chasing, because a lot of times we feel like we have to. So no, you don't have to chase. If you followed up once or twice, make that time, and then it's up to them, okay? And sometimes I know that might sound kind of harsh. Certainly you can keep checking in with people, but there's no need to chase. Yeah? Okay, what did I want to talk about next?
Because I want to add something about chasing. So chasing customers, chasing coaches, when we chase them, they're the ones who, and I'm speaking from experience 100%, they're the ones who don't get involved in the challenge group. You're like, how come you're not interested? How come you're not doing the thing? Like you're not posting, you're not engaged. And, ultimately, like, we're here to help people lose weight, get in shape, refine their health.
Right.
And so it's like we shouldn't have to convince them to want to do that with us in a group. And then so the same thing goes for coaches. If you're chasing somebody and like convincing them to sign up, you're like, come on, man, do the training. Where you at? please join us for the team call. Like, you're bribing people sometimes. And that's not effective. Like, you guys are all on this call because you saw the reminder in the team group, which is us just reminding. But you remembered the team call is tonight. Like, we're not private. I hope no one here was like private messaged, hey, get on the team call. Like, you know, we know when it is, and we know when we miss it, and we know what we take from it and what we don't. So we can't chase coaches either. Don't ever convince somebody. And Shannon and I had a conversation tonight about this. And you just share, and then you leave it up to them, because ultimately it's a lot of work, and they have to want a reason to do this, just like we have a reason for being here. And these reasons are what's going to keep us through the thick of it and get us to the end of it. But don't convince people.
Exactly.
Just like Chris. That's such a good point, Chris. Thank you.
Yes. I was going to piggyback off of that, and it just flitted right out of my brain already. If it comes back, I'll digress, okay, and talk about it. But I'll just go ahead and keep moving on. But yeah, no chasing. Oh, now I know what it was. Do you see, you guys? Man, I'm sorry. So sometimes the reason we want to chase someone is because we want to help them so badly, or we see such potential in somebody, and we know that they can do it, and they just may not have that inner belief. So that causes, at least me, it causes me to want to sort of chase them, but it's not healthy for anybody. So, okay, that's enough about that. Moving right along. Social media. So I want you guys to attract and maintain your business through social media. Obviously, we all know how to use Facebook because that's where the majority of I do my stuff. Instagram, Twitter, Google, Tumblr, there's a bazillion of them out there. You don't have to master all of them. I pretty much do everything on Facebook. I have Instagram. I don't know what in the hell I'm doing on it, so I don't spend a lot of time there. And I just don't have the time to be on two, you know what I mean? It's just not there. So if I can make one work, that's what I'll do. Reach out to people though. Don't expect people to come running to you all the time. If they show interest, talk to them, send them a quick message. Ask them what I say, ask for their truth, not necessarily asking them to purchase something from you. So you can say, hey, I saw your post today that, you're sick of Weight Watchers. Why is that? Why, is it not working for you? I've heard great things. Oprah loves it, right? So you can do that, but you don't need to go right away and say, OMG, 21-day fix, it's the best thing ever. I mean, you can get to that point, but don't run them down with that right away. So ask for their truth. Does that make sense? All right, I know I got y'all muted too. We are, I like to call ourselves providers of hope, okay? And that might sound kind of cheesy and dorky, and maybe it is, but I'm cheesy and dorky, so I'm putting it out there and saying it. It's hard. Don't ever give up on somebody. They might be there, they might go away, they might come back, but never give up on somebody, because you want them to believe in themselves. And if we usually believe in somebody where they don't believe in themselves, but we want it to go both ways, right? You have to be available when they're ready. So if someone says, I'm just not ready yet, that's okay. You tell them, I am here for you whenever you are ready. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I would love to follow up with you on such and such date just to check in. And then you can go back in there and into your messages in Facebook or whatever and just send them one out of the blue. Hey, how's it going? I thought about you, crossed my mind today. How are you? But just don't ever give up on somebody, because then they lose hope on themselves. So I think that, again, we need to be the voices for people sometimes when they can't be their own voice. And if, people come to us all the time who struggle with self-confidence, right? So you want to be the person that lifts them up. Don't tear them down. And sometimes as coaches, we do have to tell people what they need to hear, not necessarily what they want to hear, and finding the way in which to do that doesn't come off as harsh or perhaps angering somebody, but give that tough love as it is. There's a fine line, and sometimes I cross it. I'm sure that I have. So often what I will do in the very beginning is say to somebody, hey, do I have your permission to give you a coach smackdown if I feel like you need it? And usually they laugh and say, yes, please give me that coach smackdown. And then, so right before I do that, if somebody needs it, I'll say, hey, remember when you told me it was okay for me to give you a coach smackdown and a little tough love? And they're like, yes. And they know what's coming because they know they need to hear it. They just don't want to. And I hope I've never hurt anyone's feelings doing that, because if I have, I hope I haven't. But I have been told that hey, I really needed that swift kick in the butt. Thank you. So it's okay. You can do that. But remember, it is our job to lift people up. So provide that hope. Just don't stop doing that. What else? When you are looking at Facebook and you're doing your power hour, try not to get too involved and wrapped up in busy work. We say it all the time. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just go where you need to go. And here's a mistake that I have made in the past. I would look up all the top coaches I could think of, and I would scroll through their pages to find out, oh, look at that post. That's a really good one. Oh, maybe I should try and copy that one. And I'm not saying that it's not okay to do that. What I'm saying is don't spend a ton of time doing that. If you just speak from your heart and talk openly about yourself and just be yourself, that is what is going to draw people's attention, not what Amy Silverman said or Melanie Mitro said or, whatever the case may be. Just be yourself. So you don't have to spend a ton of time trying to find the most beautiful picture with the perfect size font and the perfect size color. Trust me, this is a trap I have fallen into, and I'll spend an hour trying to make one picture. And then I'm like, man, what a waste of time that was. Nobody knew if it was going to look better blue or pink, because I'm the only one that saw that. And Sally, she's shaking her head because she knows I've sent her going, which one? She's like, who gives a shit? Just post it.
Yes.
So, yeah, you don't have to spend all your time doing that. The words that you have to say to people are what is really important. Be you and be pleasant, okay? Always be pleasant. And I think I've said this before, but I don't care how bad your day is. Find the positive in it somewhere and try to post that on Facebook. You can tell everyone how bad your day is and then say, but at least I had a nice home to come home to, and the kids welcomed me, or my spouse welcomed me, or the dog was there, or something, because there's so much negativity out there. Can't we just be a light in someone's life instead of a negative all the time? So I'm hoping that this helps you guys a little bit. I don't know if it did or not. I told you it was going to be fast, and we are right on time. We only got 4 minutes left. So I would like to see if anyone has any questions. I'm going to stop sharing this screen because I don't really think I need it anymore. I want to see everyone's lovely face instead. Yes. What were you about to say, Sal?
Team photo before people start to disconnect.
Oh, yes.
But where's Randy? Is she here?
Randy.
Yay! Look at that, like Randy on command.
Randy, ding dong. There she is.
All right, we'll do a team photo questions answer.
Okay. Go ahead.
Everyone ready? Oh, how do we get John in the middle? That would be awesome. We can't do that, can we?
I have no idea.
All right. Smile. There we go.
All right.
You're really dark, Amber. I'm sorry.
I can see it, girl.
It's okay.
So I have a question for you guys.
Yes, go.
I have a potential coach. I've been working on her for feels like forever. She's awesome in my challenge groups. Her spouse is not on board. I have offered to talk to him. Jake has offered to talk to him. I've said, hey, get on the sneak peek together. She's done 2 of them. Have him listen in. He's afraid that she won't have the support. And I was like, oh boy, there's so much support. Sometimes it's too much support. I don't know what more I can do or say to get. She is like, I'm not giving up. I'm still going to try, but I just don't know if there's anything, if anyone had that where the spouse is like, no, you're not doing this.
So he's saying don't do it because he doesn't feel like she'll be supported enough within our team?
Correct. And that she's going to fail because she did Mary Kay before and was just kind of left, hung out to dry, I guess. So he's afraid that's going to happen again, and making this investment with like Shakeology and stuff, he's afraid that it's going to be the same way, even though I've told her a million times and shown her and
I have something I'd like to share. It's a video that Chalene Johnson did. She had to talk about this and how important it is to have your spouse's support. Yeah. It's something, Mandy, that it's hard for you to have control over this, because I feel like maybe she as an individual deals with this in other aspects of her life.
I think so too.
She's going to have to address this, and I wouldn't spend too much of your energy trying to find the answer for her to give to him. Maybe share more about like a video of your husband. Just share it naturally on Facebook, or pictures of you guys together, or get your husband to go to a Super Saturday, April 2nd, and just not direct it to her, but I mean, copy and paste his picture into the group. I don't care. But like,
right.
And Channing, her husband, you know, he's supportive. He went to Super Saturday. He's not, you know, fighting it. I don't think. I haven't seen that. Not all spouses are going to be supportive. And, you know, that's a hard thing. That's why friends and family are last to join us, especially if they've seen us do Mary Kay or 31 or sell whatever people sell. They're like, oh, you did this. Like, you know. So Chalene Johnson has something. We'll try to find it. I know that you have access to the Empire Assembly Hall. People may be able to share their experiences, but I would just get your husband to share more and be involved in stuff with you, and then she'll see that.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Anyone else? Questions? I have some announcements, so I want to make sure we save a minute or two for that.
If no one has a questions, go for your announcement.
Okay, so on the 23rd, we are teaming up with my upline, Stuart, and we're going to be doing another live Backstage Pass into Coaching. We'll make sure we get this posted to the team page, but that's about 2.5 weeks from now. So when you're having conversations with people, or maybe you're not yet, so maybe you start having conversations with people who have, you know, shown interest or who you think would be interested. Start commenting on their pictures and their things so you start showing up in their Facebook feed. But, you know, start thinking about who you're going to invite to that event. We'll have an event coming up soon for that. On the 21st, there's going to be a 22-minute hardcore challenge group. If you don't want to go ahead and do your own challenge group, you're welcome to put people in mine. I'll be doing a challenge group for that. I would like it to be focused on just women, mine. I've advertised it that way, but if, John, you have people, you want to be in it, we can do 2 groups, and that'll be just fine, not an issue. I'd like to see you leading up the other one for the manly men. I felt bad. I made the picture in the beginning and it was all flowers. I'm like, God, okay, next week will be footballs. I don't know. There's the Challenge Tracker app. If you guys have not seen this or toyed around with it, I encourage you to just kind of figure it out. I have a couple girls in my current challenge group who I've added to it, and it's slow to start. Like, we're still getting it going, and I think having the Facebook group still with them interferes with app primarily, but there's an FAQ on it. There's some videos on it. It puts a lot of control in your hands with your people, since we can't have multiple coaches being the one coach in that group, but multiple coaches can be in a group. So keep that in mind. Summit is soon. So soon. It's March. April, May, June, July is Summit. I think we still have room in our condo for people. If you guys are interested in going, let us know. I think it's sold out, but there's a wait list. And we can talk about getting people involved with that. That's it. Those are my announcements. Oh, and I'm going on a cruise, so I'll be gone. I won the Beachbody cruise. Well, didn't win, but earned it. So did Christine. She didn't get off the wait list, unfortunately. There's politics to the policies. So I'll be going. I leave Friday and expect to see that.
Woo-hoo.
Have fun.
Thank you.
And I think that is it. Was that it, Sally?
Yeah, that was all.
Okay, guys, that's it. Peace out.
you. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight, and I'll make the post tonight with the team picture.
All right.
All right.
Take
Later.
care, guys.
Really good call.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, Channing. Bye, Stephanie. Bye, Lauren. Bye, Amber. Mandy, did you dye your hair? It looks darker.
Well, earlier, like weeks ago, months ago.
It's just the lighting. I'm like, it's darker.
Yeah, it's a lot darker. It's kind of red. I like it.
Mandy, what you were saying about like the husband, Rocio's husband is not supportive either. So maybe we can work together.
Oh my gosh. And you know who I'm talking about. So we got to get them together.
Okay, perfect.
Wait, we'll talk.
Mandy, when Stuart gets objections, he addresses them publicly. So the reason why I suggested that is because you're not addressing that person. You're just making a post. Chris, hang up if you need to. It'll stay on. I know you have to go to sleep.
If I end the meeting though, or should I just hang up?
I don't know. We'll find out. But